Well, the way I see it, we really need to get started on that good short block out in the shop. Junior's got on this kick of taking everybody for joy rides in the S10 to make reaction videos. Well, everybody likes the videos, but it's a little bit hard on the engine in that truck making rolling pulls out on the highway. So the first thing we needed to do was get a light hung over that parts cleaning tank so I can start cleaning up broken parts, because that's what's coming next, I figure. So me and Kenny Powers devised a plan to hang this shop light above the parts cleaning tank. Then it was time to start pulling this engine apart. While Billy and I were getting started on taking that small block apart, Allison was over on the other side of the shop slinging the merchandise. She's got a crazy amount of orders coming in to get taken care of this week. Anyway, we got that belt drive off the front of the engine, got the camshaft pulled out, laid it in the parts cleaning tank, and we start checking rod bearings. Now keep in mind, this little engine had a problem with oil pressure for about the first 2 months that we had it running. We were having a cavitation problem with the pickup screen being too fine to pass the 20W50 brad pin motor oil that we use. So that's when we changed from a standard oil pump to the billet melling oil pumps, and that cured all of our oiling problems. So anyway, I continue to take the rod caps off this thing and check all these bearings out. I was a little bit leery. I figure sooner or later I'll find one scored up. But luckily, the quality of oil that we use and the clearances that Bob set in it, I didn't find a single rod or main bearing that was damaged. And we've been rough on this thing, and I mean rough. This engine hasn't been happy since the day we put it in the truck, and it just did not want to run unless we were cramming tons and tons of boost down its throat. Once we got the pistons and connecting rods out, it was time to start pulling main caps and checking main bearings. Billy carefully untorques all the main caps, and we start going through the process of pulling the crankshaft out. Now, I can't wait to get rid of these damn dish pistons and put this brand new set of Wiseco 13-to-1 dome pistons back in this thing. And I've got some more news coming about cylinder heads, but that'll come tomorrow maybe. These wrist pins are extra heavy duty, and this set of pistons was custom made by Wiseco specifically for our application. Big difference between that dome piston and the dish piston that we're taking out of this thing. Here's the custom order sheet for this set of pistons from Wiseco. So once we had the main caps removed, I went ahead and pulled the crankshaft out, set it on the floor, and that's when I found out we're late for dinner. Vicky wanted to go to Cracker Barrel tonight to get her pot roast Sunday supper, and we're running late as usual. So we run into Pickerington to Cracker Barrel, and she makes a beeline for that front door. The only problem is, they've got Christmas stuff out already. Oh my goodness. She's like a damn kid in a candy shop looking at Christmas stuff. Now she was in a hell of a hurry to get there because she wanted to make sure she got her pot roast.
Put that on your list.
But by some miracle, we found an extra 45 minutes to screw around out there looking at all the Christmas stuff. Now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking sure as shit I'm gonna get blamed for her not getting her pot roast when they're out of it by the time we get seated. Want to take any bets? So it's about this time that I remind her, you better go put your name in so we can get seated. She hadn't even done that yet. Now, if there's one thing she can't get enough of, it's snow globes. She's got this thing with snow globes like I've got with RC monster trucks. But I did find one thing in there for me. She wasn't too impressed with it, though. She was, however, highly impressed with the Reese's Advent Calendar. Well, how about that pot roast?
Out of it.
What about meatloaf? out of it. All that crappy stuff that very few people like,
No,
they're out of.
everybody likes it. That's
No,
why
they
they're
don't
out.
make that much of it. That's because nobody likes it.
That is not why. It's like their best seller on a Sunday. We didn't
Can't
get
be.
here early enough.
Maybe they ran out of pot roast while you were, shopping for Christmas stuff.
Messing around in the barn for too long.
Messing around? I was working on that engine, tearing that engine apart. Gotta get that thing to Uncle Bob tomorrow.
Well, you cost me my pot roast.
Well, we're well on our way to blowing up another engine, so we gotta have another one ready. Billy's out screwing around, burning up fuel pumps and all kinds of craziness.
All for a ride-along video. Actually, I'm kind of glad that all happened, because what if that had happened in Texas? Or
Yeah, that would have pulled a lot of vacuum.
Yeah. I see what you meant there.
Yeah, it would have sucked really bad.
Oh. We're going to try to do better with our words. So pulling vacuum and replacing the other word, I approve of that.
So after we finish dinner, I go out to the Suburban, pull up out front, and wait on Vicky. And here she comes, toting a freaking snowman. Are you shitting me? You got a Chinese snowman. Look at his face.
He needed a home.
Oh, it's very cool.
He's smiling.
Oh, you're very stupid.
What's happening, hot stuff?
I am Chinese. So that's it. That's how we ended up with a Chinese snowman named Long Duck Dong tied into the back seat of the Suburban.
Where is my automobile?
Automobile?
Usually first thing in the morning, Vicky's already got me something set out to eat. But this morning I come down and she's on the phone. Important phone call. So I go rummaging for myself. You're about to find out why she always has my food set out for me. The reason is I can't find a damn thing in these cupboards. She's like a pack rat, I swear to God. But once I settled on Pop-Tarts, I couldn't find a damn plate to put them on. I got tired of waiting, so I pop the Pop-Tarts out prematurely, throw them in a bowl, and head for the dinner table. But unfortunately, Miss Vicky's having a rough morning. She's running behind, her hair's not done, the house is a mess, and she's not happy. I was just trying to find some Pop-Tarts. I found them.
Phone with You're pestering me about Pop-Tarts?
I was just asking. It's a little bit difficult to find things around here. That was the wrong thing to say.
Do you not know how a dishwasher works?
What? I had her mad as a hornet.
The dishwasher.
After my close encounter with a frying pan, I decided I better head out the shop and get busy. Billy had just pulled in and we needed to get the engine loaded up in the Suburban to take up to Uncle Bob this morning at the machine shop. So I backed the Suburban around the front of the shop. Me and Billy loaded up the block, crank, pistons, connecting rods, and the new custom-made Wiseco pistons, and we headed to Uncle Bob's. I couldn't wait to show Bob what we had in store for him this time. Look who it is. Uncle Bob.
How we doing? Got my shirt on.
I see that. Looking sporty today, Uncle Bob.
Yes, sir.
Check your wrist pins, Uncle Bob. In a box there.
Ooh, they are thick. Put them this way, or they...
Yeah, they custom made them that way.
That's cool.
Those ones should take 45 pounds.
Poor Bob. He always sends us out with the nicest, most meticulously maintained and machined stuff, and we set to destroying it immediately. So to say thank you to Uncle Bob, we took him out to lunch, and we discussed a few of the issues that we were concerned with putting this 23-degree head back on this engine. Mainly, we're concerned with piston to valve clearance. So Bob took us back to the shop and showed us how he goes about checking piston to valve clearance, and explained the importance of knowing how many degrees we can move the camshaft forward and back without having any piston to valve clearance issues once the engine's in the truck, if we need to change cam timing. When we got back to the shop, Tommy and Allison were busy fulfilling orders. They had a handful of things that Billy and I needed to autograph before they could go to the post office, and they had quite a pile there to haul out. So while the kids were finishing up that stuff, I decided it was time to get on some yard work. It's been raining here the last few days, and the grass was starting to get out of control. Of course, the leaves are starting to fall off the trees. It's that time of year where we have to mulch all the leaves out of the front yard. Fall is one of my favorite seasons of the year. The weather is so nice and cool. The air is crisp, everything makes more power. And it's also that time of year where we start thinking about Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now, last Christmas was a big deal for me. It was the first time since I was 17 years old that I wasn't working in the winter, plowing snow and putting salt down. I despised it. It was fun for about the first 3 years when I was young. After that, all I ever wanted to do was stay home, sit in front of a fire, and watch it snow, without a care in the world about how much was coming, when it was coming, when businesses were going to be open, when people start to go to work. And for the first time ever, I got to spend the entire winter with my kids. We did what we wanted to do, when we wanted to do it, how we wanted to do it, and it was just wonderful. It took a major leap of faith for us to do this YouTube thing, but it's turned out to be one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Second only to Mary and Vicky, I imagine. It's been good for the dogs too. They love to chase the RC cars in the snow. The dogs don't get hot, and when they get thirsty, they just eat the damn snow. Which reminds me, I've got a brand new Losi fifth scale sitting out in the garage, just waiting to be broke in. It's been at least 25 years since I built this RC track the first time, when the kids were just little. I used to have friends of mine come over. We used to have probably, 10 or 12 of these trucks, all 10th scale, much smaller. Not nearly as neat and as realistic as what we've got today. But we'd spend all weekend back there running around this tri-oval dirt track. And now, 25 years later, I've actually got to build one the way I want it. And I got to buy my own fifth scale stadium truck. Billy and I both have one. We were planning on racing them today for the first time, but Billy got called away to do something, something with Molly. And so Billy didn't get a chance to run his today on the track with me. But I did get mine broke in and ready to go. Some of my friends that I've had for over 25 years have got these things too, and they're just itching to come out here and race with us. This evening when Billy made it back to the shop, Kenny surprised him with this Mustang body that Billy had tried to paint earlier in the day and messed the paint up real bad. Billy threw the body in the trash. Kenny dug it out and painted it on the outside of the body to save it. All right, guys, so we just finished up dinner, just got back here to the house, and I need to finish up this video. Busy around here. Had a really good day today. Got to see Uncle Bob, took Uncle Bob to lunch, and I'm really excited about that 15-degree engine. And I've got a little bit of news, and I don't know, this might be a little premature to mention it, but we're going to put 23-degree heads back on the 15-degree short block. Now, I know that the 15-degree heads are much more efficient and they run better, but the 15-degree heads have very, very, very old Jessel rocker arms that we've been breaking them. And the heads themselves, the deck surface is a little thin. That's not good for a turbo application, obviously. So, given the fact that a lot of the stuff is kind of old and the heads are a little thin, we're gonna go ahead and put it back 23 degree, because the 23 degree headers and everything fit the truck so much easier, so much better. It's just a lot easier to deal with. The 15 degree heads didn't really make the truck run that much better, but I really can't say that that's 100% accurate, because the compression was so low on it. It just wasn't a good combination with the camshaft that we had. Again, it was something that we bought in a pinch when we blew the engine up, and we ran it and we tried it and we learned something. We learned that we didn't like that combination. But so, and I'm telling you all this because we've had a company here in Ohio reached out to us and wants us to come take a plant tour Wednesday. And they want to talk to us about maybe working with us on a cylinder head program for Billy's S10 and Tommy's S10. So I don't want to say too much about it just yet. It's a company here in Ohio, and we're going to take Uncle Bob with us, because Bob wants to go up and tour the plant also. And if everything works out, I think we may have a new sponsor to add to the channel, who's going to work with us on developing some combinations for some cylinder heads for small block Chevys, of course. But a little premature. It hasn't happened yet. We haven't even had the meeting yet. We were going to do it over a phone call, but I would rather just go up and meet in person. So we're going to do that Wednesday. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about tonight? Oh, this weekend. So this is not set in stone just yet, but I think we're going back to Michigan. It's the very last Detroit Hood TV Pour Your Own Puddle event at Onondaga Dragway in Onondaga, Michigan. Kind of excited, because for the first time we're going to get to hook to the trailer with the Cummins truck, right? And we get to tow to Michigan, and based on my calculations, I think we're going to be able to go all the way there and most of the way back on a tank of fuel, but we'll see. We'll see how the Cummins does on the first trip. I know the next question a lot of you are going to have, are we going to have the merch tent set up? The plan is for us to have the merch tent set up, and Vicky has another major shirt merchandise order. Should be here by the weekend. If that happens, then we'll definitely have shirts and hoodies and that kind of thing. If it doesn't come in, she's still going to set the tent up, but I think she's got some girly stuff coming in to take up there. I don't know. We'll see. I can't promise nothing. It's gotten, I don't even know how to describe it, crazy. The growth that we are experiencing here with the channels, with the merchandise, it's just incredible. I had no idea whatsoever that when I started this channel, it would take off like it has. And I don't want to talk too much about it, because it's a little overwhelming to me. I'm not sure I understand why. All I can tell you is that me and my wife and my kids are so thankful and so grateful for the love and support that people show us. It's unbelievable. I don't know what we ever did to deserve that, but definitely appreciative. Very grateful, very thankful for everything. I don't even know what to say. The kids are doing such a fantastic job. Since Allison has come on board to help here in the office. Oh my gosh, that little girl has done just an incredible job. She's such a huge help. And she's done such an incredible job organizing and getting the office straightened up and getting orders knocked out. And Tommy has just done a fantastic job lately on editing and helping Billy with that end of it. And that's freed Billy up to do more maintenance and work on the race cars and help around the shop, which was desperately needed for a long time. And it's just been, oh gosh, it's incredible. I'm so proud of the kids and how well they work together and they respect each other, and they just, it's just an incredible team that we've assembled here somehow. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, but Allison's been a tremendous asset. She's just knocking it out of the park every day, and we're so thankful to have her here and have her helping. So what else? I think that's going to be it for tonight. I need to get off here and get this video finished and get it uploaded. And then tomorrow is a new day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I know I need to do some grade work out here in front of the shop. I've got some water coming in the corner of the garage up here, and I want to do a little grade work out in front of the shop and try and get that situation rectified. And my catch basin out here is stopped up. I need to pull the grate off of that and clean it out so that the water gets out of here a little faster. So I'll probably work on that tomorrow. I'm sure the dogs will help me with that. But let's see. I think Billy's going to probably put tires on the back of the S10. We've got a little maintenance to do on it to get it ready for Onondaga, because that is a front side, not a back side, no prep. And the truck currently is on Hoosiers. And I think we're going to make a change. I know we've got a set of Phoenix slicks over there. At the very least, I would like to see him put Phoenixes on it. I'd love to see it on Mickey's, but can't find them right now. They're back ordered everywhere and whatever. I'm pretty upset about that, but it is what it is. We'll make of it the best we can. But look for us this weekend. I think we're going to be in Onondaga, Michigan for Detroit Hood TV's Pour Your Own Puddle. Can't swear to it yet. Can't promise, but that's, I think, where we're headed. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for supporting my kids and my family. We love you all. Good night.